Okay, we're on Shabbat, Perek Yud Tet Mishnah Vav, last Mishnah in the 19th chapter, which is talking about Milah, circumcision. So then now we're going to talk about actually some of the technical aspects of Milah. I'm not going to go too into it. I'm not going to use visual aids in this Mishnah. It says the Mishnah, Eluhin hatzitzin ha'ma'akvin et ha'milah. Tzitzin are small bands of flesh. Okay, so meaning when the mohel cuts the foreskin, okay, the foreskin is a I guess I use visual aids, okay? It's a piece of skin that's wrapped around the member of the child, okay? And he pulls it up and then he tears it off, right? And then he pulls it back. That's called Milah and Priya. Okay, so when he tears back, if that wasn't clear, then go ask a mohel, I'm sorry. I'm not an expert in these things. When he tears it back, there's going to be tzitzin, pieces of flesh, of foreskin, that are still surrounding, or there might be surrounding. And so the question is, which are the tzitzin, which are the pieces of skin that are ma'akvin et milah, that are ma'akev, that are required or they're necessary in order to complete the milah? And how much does he have to cut back? So the Mishnah says, basar hachofeh et rov ha'atara. The atara is the crown of the gid. You can imagine what the crown is. It's the part that goes up and meets like the top of a missile, as it were. Okay? So if you have flesh that covers rov ha'atara, the majority of the atara, of this crown area of the gid, of the member of the child. Okay? And the Bartanura says, okay, basara chofeh et rov atara, this means lo tema rov hakefa. It's not just the majority of the surrounding, meaning if this piece of skin surrounds the most of the circumference of the gid, ela afilu rov govha b'makom echad. So the height of if the atara is like a crown, so the height of the atara, if you have skin that covers one side of it in one place, most of the height of the skin in one place, that's also me'akev et hamilah. That is required in order to complete the milah. So the moel, the person doing the circumcision, has to cut back all of the skin so that there's no skin left that's covering most of any height of the atara, of this crowning area of the member of the child. And if a child, it wasn't circumcised properly, then he's still called what's called an arel. He's still uncircumcised. If he's a kohen, he can't eat truma. Im kohen who? Why? The kohen arel asur le'echol b'truma. He's still considered, so it's ma'akev the milah to such a point that if a person was circumcised in such a way that there's still an area of skin covering most of the height of the crown of the atara, then he's considered an arel and he can't eat truma if he's a kohen. Okay, but what if the kohen did the right job, but v'imay abal basar, he's a very fleshy, fat guy. Okay, so he looks like he did the moel did the circumcision properly, but it looks like there's still foreskin left. Metakno mipnei marit ayin. Then the kohen can fix it. Mipnei marit ayin. I'm not the kohen. This moel can fix it. He can still keep cutting and cut out some flesh. Mipnei marit ayin because of marit ayin. Because then otherwise it would look like he wasn't circumcised. The Mishnah continues. Mal v'lo parat hamilah. I keep saying kohen. If the moel he pulls the foreskin up and he cuts, or he cuts around. That's not only would they pull the foreskin up, but even if he didn't, he cut around. V'lo para. Para means to rip the skin in such a way as to peel it back, to make sure that it won't come back. So if you did milah, but you didn't do priya, that peeling, et milah, either lomal, it's as if you didn't do milah, and if it's on Shabbat, yashuv v'yifra, he has to go back and do priya. Even afilu sidek yadom mimena, even if the moel, he stopped doing the act of milah. So if it's on Shabbat, remember, the more you cut, the more theoretically, you're violating Shabbat. So if it's permitted because it's the 8th day, you're allowed to cut. But what happens, so the Bartanura says, Kol zman shu mit'asek b'milah b'Shabbat, if it's milah on Shabbat, as long as he's engaged in the act of circumcision, chotech, continue to cut. Bein tzitzin ma'akvin, bein tzitzin she'ein ma'akvin, whether it's a tzitz, a piece of flesh that's ma'akeh, that's required to complete the milah, or even if there's a little piece of flesh that you finished the milah, but you want to clean it up, you're allowed to. But lachar shesilek yado, if the moel already held back, he stopped. Al tzitzin ma'akvin choser, you can go back if he forgot any pieces of flesh that are me'akev, that are necessary. But al tzitzin she'eino ma'akvin eino choser. But if there's a piece of skin, the milah is kosher, but he wants to finish that piece of skin, then he can't go back because it's Shabbat and he can't cut anymore. I guess he'd have to clean it up after Shabbat. We'll stop here. As always, if you have comments or questions, email me at my email address, rspolter@gmail.com. And we'll dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rab Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.